Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know, guys. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. All good? Great. So, how are you guys? Is everybody all right? How are you guys? Do let me know. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. How's your health? So my health is fine right now, but still, like my voice is almost completely gone. So I have no clue like whether you guys are able to listen to me properly or not. Okay. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Please arrange a bootcamp on Android development. See, today I'm going to talk about all these kind of stuff. I'm going to talk about full stack web development. What are the things that are included in it? Okay, what should be your process into getting into a company like maybe Google, Amazon, Microsoft? Should you go behind like something like Android development or not? If you should go get into it, what should be the exact path? So all these kind of stuff we will be discussing in our today's class. You don't have to worry about it. Will it be fine, guys? Please do let me know. Will it be fine, guys? Please do let me know. How can we write React code in VS Code? So Shiv Sagar, for that you will have to install Node.js first of all, and after installing Node.js, you will have to install React into your computer by its official documentation. After that, you will have to install some extensions in VS Code related to JavaScript and React, and that should do it. Okay, that should like make it work. Okay. Okay. So what about Project Ajay? Were you not in yesterday's class? Please do let me know. Ajay, were you not in yesterday's class? Please do let me know, guys. Because yesterday I've told you guys that we are extending the boot camp by 1 day. So today is the 7th day, tomorrow is the 8th day. So there are two classes. Today we'll be discussing about some things. If we get time, we'll start with the project as well. Otherwise, tomorrow we'll be having the project. So I think so. I've told you guys yesterday itself that the class will be from 6 o'clock and we'll be having one more day, that is day 8 as well. Okay. Do you guys remember at the end of yesterday's class, I had told you guys this? Please do let me know, guys. Okay, great. For those who don't remember it, okay, I will just repeat myself. So for today and tomorrow, the classes will be from 6 to 7. Okay, and if time permits, we'll start with the project today or we'll be doing the project tomorrow. Okay, so we'll be increasing the number of days in the boot camp by one more day. That is day 8 will also be there. Okay, great. Nevertheless, can you guys remind me what we have done in yesterday's class? Please do let me know. Can you guys remind me what we have done in yesterday's class? Please do let me know. Abhay, Trite, do you repeat boot camps because I cannot attend backend boot camp? Abhay, we sometimes repeat our boot camps as well, but it usually repeats in like after 3 months or so. We don't repeat it immediately because right now this month we already have like 4 boot camps scheduled. One of them is going to be data structures and algorithms in C++. The next month we'll be having some other topics, some other technologies, some other projects. So I cannot guarantee you that, but yes, you usually after 3 4 months we repeat the boot camps as well. Okay. React DOM, okay, rendering in React. We started with React and did some hello commands using both HTML and JavaScript, and told us how we can use both of them. That is JSX, okay? Okay, great. Um, was not able to understand one thing from yesterday's class, why we access to div tag in React. Okay, so Palak, where do we want our like, so first of all I would like to address the question via Palak. Okay, so everybody, if you are not able to read the question, just put it up on the paint itself so everybody is able to see the question. Okay, so this is a good question that has been put up by Palak. Okay, change the color to black. Are you guys able to see the question? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to see the question? Let me just open up the live chat as well. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I've opened up the live chat as well, guys. Are you guys able to see the question? I'm not able to open up the live chat. Give me a second, guys. Okay, yes. So the question is, was not able to understand one thing from yesterday's class, why we access to div tag in React. So basically, if you guys remember, we were where to render. If you guys remember where to render, okay, the the React DOM dot render method that we used. So it had one attribute, that is where to render that. So we rendered it inside of a div tag that had an ID of root. So why did we use a div tag itself? Now the entire website that we were building at any point of time, the entire code and the entire website lives inside of our JavaScript files or the JSX files that are there. Okay, all our code lives in that particular files itself. The HTML page is just the page just to make sure that we have the HTML code right over there. Okay, we are not going to write any kind of HTML component right inside of it. Okay, we are going to create components and put it up using JavaScript. So now if you guys remember, the div tag that we talked about is a container tag. It has no properties associated with it. Okay, so it becomes easier for us, whatever we are building as a company, whatever we are building as a website inside of our JavaScript files, it is easier for us to blindly put it inside of a div tag, knowing that none of its properties will be changed, at any point of time. That is the reason why we use a div tag. You could use a paragraph tag, you could use any tag that you want, but that will apply some changes to your website, that will apply some of its predefined methods or CSS to your website, and you don't want that. That's the reason why we use the div tag. Okay, we use the div tag. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. I had a doubt, like if we have two HTML files, what if two HTML files have the same ID called root? How do I identify which HTML was used? So the HTML that will be used will be your index.html. That will be the file that will be showcased to your website. Okay, so whatever HTML file is there that has the name of index.html, that is the file that you will be using. Okay. Are you guys able to understand up till here, guys? Please do let me know. Give me a second. I will just switch on the fan. It's too hot right now. Okay, give me a second for the same. Okay. In Bangalore, you can never trust the weather. Like it will be raining for 1 second, then like it will be too cold for the next, and then you will be sweating like anything for the next hour or so. So it is like a very difficult type of weather right over here in Bangalore. Okay. Okay. So let's start with our today's class, guys. Okay. Give me a second. And sorry for the voice. Like, I know you guys, it's very difficult to basically hear me right now, but do listen to what I have to say today, okay? And it is very important. We extended 1 day of the boot camp just for today's class. Okay, I could have done the project today and be over with the boot camp. Okay, I don't care about it, but my job is to make sure these boot camps are basically to make sure that we are able to make you guys aware of what you have to do further on. Okay, and I'm saying this from my own like experience. Okay, both like, not just that I have been in your shoes, that is just one thing. Okay, one aspect of it. I've been there where you are right now, and I've been the person that you are aiming to be. Yeah, I have been to like 5-6 different companies like Geo, Reliance. I shifted to Google as well. So I've been to every single company. Later on, I've conducted hiring drives for more than 15 different companies. I used to go out and hire students for software engineering, data science, full stack positions. Later on, I started teaching. Okay, so I taught a lot of different students. So the last batch of 5,000 students that were there, we placed almost 495 of them. Okay, 4,995 of them, 985 of them out of the 5,000 students that we trained, we placed them. But the highest package that was given to our students was by Google. It was 60 lakhs per annum. And the average package for data science for 12.7 lakhs per annum. And for full stack web development was 13.3 lakhs per annum. So I have seen almost every single thing that is there, whether it be from your perspective, whether it be from a perspective of a student applying to these companies, whether it be from the perspective of these companies hiring you guys, or from the perspective of a teacher to basically to understand like what exactly you have to study to get into these companies. Now, I know that 99% of you that are there in our today's class aim to get into these big companies. Am I right or wrong? Please do let me know, guys. Am I right or wrong, guys? 99% of you right now inside of this boot camp are aiming to be software engineers, aiming to be full stack engineers, front end engineers, back end engineers, or DevOps engineers, cloud computing experts, data scientists, data analysts into these big companies. See, let me show you it to you guys. So for example, this time you guys are filling up the attendance form and everything. You must have seen this as well. We have already posted our this month's results. So 800 students were placed this month via us. So we have like a partnership with 36 different companies who directly hire from us. These are some of those companies that are there. So these companies hire directly from us. We train students, we provide it to them, and they hire it from us. Microsoft hired 9 students at 48 lakhs per annum. Google hired 7 students at 60 lakhs per annum. Amazon hired 9 students at 32 lakhs per annum. Samsung hired 15 students at 35 lakhs per annum. Flipkart had 21 students at 32 lakhs per annum. So all these, Walmart hired 19 students from us at 29 lakhs per annum. So these results that we were able to deliver, okay, it's not just that, okay, it's great, like we teach and everything, that's totally fine. But these students took up the initiative to actually work hard. Okay, right now, getting into these companies is the exact same thing as preparing for your IIT mains and JEE mains and JEE advanced. Most of you must have given like JEE mains and advanced at any point of time. Am I right or wrong, guys? Most of you must have given or prepared for JEE mains and advanced. Am I right or wrong? Exactly. So getting into an IIT or getting into an NIT is always a very prestigious thing. Okay, like you are considered to be intelligent, you are considered to be going to a very good university with good placements, with guaranteed placements at the end of the day. Okay, so the same thing is with these companies as well. Right now, getting into these companies has become a competitive like environment, a competitive exam at the end of the day, just like JEE mains and advanced. 14 lakh students every year are passing out as engineers, and almost 5 to 6 lakh of them are just from computer science. The rest from mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, electronics, and electrical engineering, biotech, even people from commerce backgrounds, even people from maritime engineering, even people from your merchant navy are also applying to these companies. So one of the examples that I will give to you guys is Ravit. Okay, he was one of our students. He was from merchant navy, so he was currently working as a merchant navy itself, in merchant navy itself. He attended one of our training programs, and right now he's placed in Amazon. This batch he got placed in Amazon. He had no prior knowledge, he had nothing, he had no background, he was not from computer science, he was not even from like BTech, he was from merchant navy. So these companies do not care. Okay, these companies do not care of what is your background at the end of the day. They only care about two things: whether do you have the right skill set, do you have the right knowledge. If you have both of these things, you are going to get hired. Okay, it's not that you have to be from BTech, you have to be from science, you can be from commerce, you can be from arts. These companies don't care at all. What they care about is just two things: skill and knowledge. Okay, if you have both of these things, you are going to get hired nevertheless. But this is a competitive environment. If there is one person who is from computer science background and there is the other person who is from maybe civil, chemical, or mechanical, both of them have the exact same skill set, both of them have the exact same knowledge, then the computer science person will get preferred over. So if you are from some other background or some other branch, you have to try to be the best. You cannot just be suffice enough that okay, I will just do this much, just 1-2 project, I'll just learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and that's it. Yeah, HTML, CSS, JavaScript is right now being taught in 10th standard CBSE. 10th standard CBSE students are learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Python. And if they're choosing one more language, it's Java. These guys from 10th standard are learning this. And do you really think that they are going to get placed in 10th standard? I don't think so. This is not something that is of like your FOMO that has been created by what was the company's name? Karan Bajaj. Byju's ki, there's a company that teaches for students. Their ads were amazing, that Chintu got placed somewhere and all those kind of shit. Okay, this is not like that. Okay, this is real life. If 10th standard students know that, then you have to be better than them at least. Okay, so just think about the kind of competition that you are in. These kind of students who are learning all these languages, including web development basics, and then getting into colleges, you really think that you are in a position to compete with them? Just think about it. So you need to understand that you have to prepare for these companies. And the second thing is also your hard work. You cannot escape from hard work. Okay, nobody is born intelligent. Okay, geniuses are not born genius. They build themselves like that. Their work, their discipline, their character is built like that. Okay, you cannot think that I will just watch Netflix and I will just chill the entire day. I will go out with my friends in the night. I'll spend time with my girlfriends and boyfriends and maybe something else as well, and still I will get placement in Google. Then you are a fucking moron at the end of the day. People who are preparing, when I was preparing for my examinations, I used to spend at least 6 to 8 hours a day coding for almost 3 months. That was the kind of dedication that you have to put in to get into these companies. It's not simple. If you think that it's so simple into getting into these companies, everybody would have been in these companies, not just a few people. We are not born intelligent. We work hard. And if you want to get into these companies, you have to be there. You have to start working hard as well. Okay? Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand what I'm trying to say? So at the end of the day, it's up to you. You can get into some small firm earning 3 lakh rupees the entire year, or you could end up at a firm that like Google that's paying you 3 lakh rupees a month. The difference between the two is a lot. You will spend 12 years in the first company to earn as much as a particular person is spending in Google in just 1 year. That is the kind of dedication that you require. At the end of the day, it's totally up to you. You want to live in a PG, eat like shit from street or something like that. Okay, that is all you can afford in like 3 lakh rupees a year. You have to pay your taxes and everything as well. Or you want to get into a firm that is paying you 3 lakh rupees a month. That is the starting salary at Google. Okay, that is totally up to you at the end of the day. Okay. And another thing, right now I'll be talking about it, what exactly you have to study into to get into these firms, and what is the process, how they hire students and everything. I will be telling you that about right now. Okay, but you guys need to remember, it's not about the number of languages that you know. Okay, this is not like they are not testing out how bilingual you are and all those kind of shit. Okay, you don't need to learn like 5 programming languages. Okay, it's of no use. You need to learn just 2 languages at the end of the day, just 2. Okay, that is what I'm saying. Like, you guys have, I don't know why this is the case. Okay, like I don't know what is your mindset and everything, but you guys are having a very wrong mindset about it. You guys don't exactly know what these companies want, what these companies are doing, what is the hiring process. If you don't know how is the examination going to happen, how the fuck are you preparing for it? Okay, that is something that you need to understand. Okay, so let's get started, guys. How many percentage did you get into 12th standard? 92% aggregate, all subjects. And for PCM, I got 95 or 96%. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, the hiring process. Now I'm taking it into the generalized hiring process for every IT firm. Every single fucking IT firm, if it is not a very small startup. Okay, I'm talking about an MNC. I'm talking about companies like whether it be Google, Microsoft, Amazon, or Deloitte, TCS, KPMG, or Infosys, any kind of firm that is an MNC, an IT firm. This will be their hiring process. Okay, let us try to understand this. Okay, the first thing that will be there is your coding round. Okay, or coding test. Okay, that is the first of all, like submitting your resume. Okay, let's start from the utmost basics. Okay, resume submission. Okay, so how many of you, let's take up a poll right now. How many of you think that we should add our pictures on our resumes? How many of you think that while building a resume, we should have our picture on it? How many of you think that while building a resume, you should have a picture on it? Okay, let me ask you something. Are you applying to a company to work right over there, or are you sending your marriage proposal to a girl or a boy? Okay, just try to understand this. These companies do not have the time to go through these resumes. Okay, they don't have any time to go through these resumes. No person is going to look at your resume until unless you have reached the interview. Okay, and that's a long way to go further. They have bots that go through your resume, programs that go through your resume. These programs are not built to look at like colorful fucking like blue, green and white resumes with pictures and graphs and all those kind of shit. Okay, resumes are not built like that. Resume needs to be of just 1 page, not even back and forth, just 1 page. 1 page, the front side. Only white, black and gray colors need to be used. The size should be between, font size should be between 11 and 14, not more than that, not less than that. Okay, everything should be properly well presented in a proper hierarchy. Okay, I don't want to hear what your hobbies are. Okay, I'm not here to provide you the emotional support that you need. What are your work experience? What are the projects that you have worked upon? Any position of responsibilities that you have got? Okay, I don't want to know about your 12th standard school. it is not important for me. Okay, your GPA, you have to put it on your resume. Have you done any projects? Put some of your projects. If you have some work experience, have you done some internships? Do you have some training and experience itself? Put it up right over there. Put links to your LinkedIn profile, to your GitHub profile. That is how your resume should look like. Okay, it is not your marriage proposal. It is a proper fucking resume. Please keep that in mind. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand how your resume should be? Like tomorrow I will bring a resume in the class. Okay, tomorrow while doing the class itself, I'll bring one resume. Okay, I will show it to you guys how a resume should look like. Okay, please try to understand this, that resumes is not something that any person is going to see. How beautiful you make it, nobody gives a fuck. Okay, you need to make sure that you are able to put everything on one sheet of paper, and no bullshitting that I like this book, I like to do swimming, listening to music. This is not a marriage proposal. You're sending it to a company. Be professional. Okay, tomorrow I'll bring, so today I forgot, I was in the office, so I just came like 5 minutes ago. But tomorrow I'll bring a resume and show it to you guys, so that you guys have some understanding about how resume should look like. Okay, let's move on to the second particular part of the process. If your resume is shortlisted, or normally nowadays everybody send these links, but if your resume is shortlisted by the parser, that is the bot, okay, these guys then provide you a link to a coding test, online coding test. Okay, now online coding test that is there, okay, it will be highly monitored. Your camera of your laptop would be on, your microphones would be on, your typing would be monitored, your submissions would be monitored, so there is no way of cheating through the entire stuff. Okay, now in this online coding test, there are two things that you have to keep in mind. Okay, there are two things that you need to keep in mind. Okay, the first thing that you have to keep, okay, Richa, but what's wrong with having a professional picture? Like I said, no human is going to see it. It is going to pass by a bot, okay, a program. The program will not be able to render or read through your resume, and it will not be shortlisted because it is not able to read through the image itself. That is the reason why 90% of the resumes do not get shortlisted, because the bot was not able to read through the resume itself. That is the reason why keep your resume simple, because you are not going to show it to a human. You are going to see, your aim is to increase your probability of getting selected. Okay, your probability of getting selected is to make sure that that bot is able to read through your resume easily, and that is your aim. Okay, great. So online coding test. Now this online coding test will be like of 1 hour. You will have 2 to 3 coding questions, maybe some MCQs as well. So MCQs are very easy. If you have paid attention into the class, you will know the answers extremely well. The main important point is these coding questions. In some of my interviews that I've given, in some of the online coding tests that I had given in the past, there has been times when I did not attempt a single MCQ question. Just solved the 3 coding questions that were given to me, and I got selected. So these coding questions are very, very, very important, guys. Very important. To prepare for these coding questions, you have to have good skills in data structures and algorithms, DSA, or data structures and algorithms, and competitive programming. These are the 2 things that you need to be extremely good at to qualify this round. If you're not able to qualify the online coding test, you're not going to get an interview. Without qualifying this online coding test, you don't have an interview. If you don't have an interview, you don't have a job. Okay, so data structures and algorithms and competitive programming is extremely important for you guys to learn. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. I will be explaining you guys how to do DSA and CP as well. Do not worry. That is my job right over here. Okay, right now I'm telling you the entire process for it. Okay, now if you are able to qualify the online coding test, then starts with your interviews. maybe or it's an online interview or face-to-face interview, anything like that. Okay, so the third part is your interviews. Now these interviews are of three different types. Okay, these interviews are of three different types: A, B and C. All these three interviews will be there one by one. The first interview, that is type A interview, is usually only one. Okay, it will only be conducted once. Okay, the type A interview, it usually like starts as data structures and algorithms only. This interview, the first interview that is there, okay, this interview, that is the first interview that is there, is just for data structures and algorithms, to check whether you have cheated in the online coding test or not. That is the reason why this is the first interview, that is a face-to-face interview, where they will be asking you questions and ask you to code it right in front of them. Okay, they will be looking at the code, they will be telling you to optimize your code further on. All this kind of stuff will happen with you. The first interview that will be there will be data structures and algorithms. So just look at it. If you're not well versed in DSA and CP, you will never be able to qualify for any company. Okay, now after you have passed your first round of interview, then comes the second type of interviews that are there. Okay, then comes the second type of interviews that are there. The type B interviews are usually like 1, 2, 3, depending upon which company that you are going to apply for. These are based upon your work, your previous experiences, your trainings, your projects that you have worked upon, your certificates that you are having. Okay, so all these different things. Maybe you have built a project in full stack web development. So this is where it is decided. Okay, these are your experience, okay, training, projects. Okay, your you are having your certificates. This is where these things will be checked. These things will be, you will be asked questions. Why did you use this? How did you learn it? Okay, like what is the like components in React? What is lifecycle model in React? What is backend web development? Okay, why have you used this right over here? What is this particular project? Explain us to the working of this project. All these questions will be there in this type B interviews. Okay, so all your projects, this is where it is decided whether you will get hired or not. Okay, this is where it is decided whether you will get hired or not. For example, if you're like aiming for a company like Google usually has 6 to 8 different interviews. 6 to 8 interviews. Okay, these are the number of interviews that happen in Google. When I gave my interview, there were 4 people, the 4 interviewers who were not Indians. Okay, one was from Beijing, one was from Indonesia, one was from US, and one was from UK. There were 4 people from 4 different countries. They didn't understand a word of Hindi. So if your communication skills in English is weak, start preparing for that as well. You cannot aim for these companies with a weak ass English. Okay, you need to be extremely great at communication skills as well. Okay, so this is where all these different things is checked right over here. Okay, the next thing, that is the last interview. This last interview is also just once it is held. Okay, not more than that. This is the HR interview. Okay, this is like, it has like 40 or 50 questions that are there. You need to prepare it beforehand itself. They'll ask you from that particular questions itself, you just have to answer it. That will be your HR questions. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this entire process that these companies follow? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So this is the process that is there. Okay, you need to prepare for data structures and algorithms. You need to prepare for competitive programming. You need to prepare for the projects, the certificates, and the training as well, so that you have everything, okay, that you can answer. So the HR round that is there, it will ask you like, have you faced any problems in your life where you had to showcase your leadership skills? Then you'll have to tell a story, something like that, just to understand whether your ethics are right or wrong. Okay, that is what it is. So like it has like or 40 or 50 different questions that are there, and they will be asking from that itself. So it's pretty simple. Okay, Anon, okay, I know you know everything. Okay, you learn JavaScript, okay, alone, you learn everything, and then when you don't get placement, you come back to me and tell me that, sir, ये जो पढ़ा रहे थे आप आज एक एक्स्ट्रा दिन लेके अपना टाइम वेस्ट जो किया, that was very important. Okay, I don't care. This is my job. Conducting these boot camps, my job is to make sure that you are aware of where you have to go, what is the process that you want to follow, how you should see the path of getting into these companies. I'm not talking bullshit right over here. Okay, every month we are placing 1,000 students every month into these big firms. This is my job. It is my duty to basically make you guys aware of these facts. Okay. Okay, so let's come back to the topic. Okay, let's come back to the topic itself. That is, what are the different things that we need to study? Okay, first of all, data structures and algorithms, competitive programming, and because you are in a boot camp of web development, that is the reason why I'm saying full stack web development. Okay, full stack web development. Now DSA CP, that is there. Okay, you only have to choose between one of these languages. Okay, now don't start asking me about 50 different languages. Whatever language I'm saying, stick to it. There is a reason behind it. Okay, we have a less amount of time. That is the reason why I'm not able to tell you guys the reason. But choose between either C++ or Java. Choose between these two languages for data structures and algorithms and competitive programming. You have to learn one of these languages and then start with data structures and algorithms. First of all, you can use platforms like LeetCode, CodeChef, and Codeforces. Do not use platforms like HackerEarth, HackerRank. These are platforms that give you a false sense of entitlement that you know shit when you don't know anything. You will be able to solve questions right over there. You'll become happy that I know everything. And then when the examination comes up, you won't be able to do anything right over there. And I don't want that for you guys. Okay, I want to make sure that you guys are able to prepare well for these examinations. CodeChef, Codeforces, LeetCode, these should be the go-to platforms for you guys to learn data structures and algorithms as well as competitive programming. Okay, all these platforms are free. All these platforms are free. There is no cost associated with any of these platforms, so you don't have to worry about it as well. Okay, you guys can continue with the same as well. Okay, the next thing that is there, now my preference between these two languages will be C++. Okay, Java is a pretty like wordy language. Okay, you have to type a lot, you have less amount of time to basically code it during an examination. So that is the reason why I prefer C++. That is my preference, but choose between one of these languages. Okay, also if you want to learn C++ or Java, we have already released C++ and Java on our YouTube channel for free. The entire thing, the entire C++ from the beginning to the absolute pro level, and for Java as well. So you guys can go ahead and start with that immediately. Do not waste fucking time. Okay, next thing that is there is full stack web development. For full stack web development, the only language that you need to learn. So now we have shifted from competitive programming to development. Now for full stack web development, the language that you need to focus upon is JavaScript. The language that you guys need to focus upon is JavaScript right over here. Okay. So DSA and CP, we have already done that. Okay, that is C++ or Java. For full stack web development, the language that you have to do is JavaScript. Okay, these are the only two languages that you need to learn. My language preference would be C++ and JavaScript. That's it. You don't need to learn 50 different languages. Okay, it is of no use to you. Nobody is going to give a shit about that, you know, like 50 different languages. Okay, these companies do not want that. They want people that are able to work on a project, take it from scratch to the most professional level. They don't want people who just know like a lot and they are not able to build anything up. If you learn 50 languages, the number of projects that you will be having would be zero. Okay, you just know the languages, you don't know how to build anything. Okay, these companies don't want that. These company needs people who are able to build stuff. Okay, and you are not one of them. just these two languages, C++ or Java, so that you are able to cross the exams that are there, the online coding test, the interview, and full stack web development, so that you are able to prove your worth, that yes, I am worthy of this placement. Give me fucking lot of bucks so that I am able to work for you. That is where your programming, like your projects and everything, come into place. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Again, just 5 minutes ago, I said, do not fucking give me like, can I do this in JavaScript? Can I do this in Python? I told you guys C++ or Java. Nothing less, nothing more. Do not choose any other language. There's a huge reason behind it. So for example, if you're choosing to do it in Python or JavaScript, these are development languages. These are not made for doing data structures other than competitive programming. These languages are very vast. If you're using internet to code into any language, then you don't know shit in that language. The interviewer will start bowling you with questions in Python and JavaScript. Even after knowing the entire data structures and algorithms, you won't be able to do shit in the interviews. Okay, never choose a language that can cause you demerit during an interview itself. It's a strategy. Okay, it's not something that, oh, I like this, I like that, I like cybersecurity, I will do that. There's no jobs in cybersecurity. Where would you go? Learn cybersecurity as a hobby, not for your job. Get a fucking job first of all, then learn these technologies as your hobby. Because there are no jobs right over there. What would you do? That is the point that I'm trying to make. These exams are now become a competitive examinations. You need to prepare a strategy for that. You need to work on that strategy. You need to execute that strategy so that you are able to get into these firms. That is what you need to focus upon. Okay. Okay, the next thing is full stack web development. Okay, Ganesh, just look at Susie. Why is she making noises? Okay, now full stack web development. So I will just open up the syllabus for that. I don't want to write everything up. It takes a lot of time for my hand as well. I'm also a bit like lazy, man. I'm like preparing for this for the entire day. I was in the office. I came back home and then I started. So it's fine if I'm a bit lazy. Okay, you can pardon me for the same. Okay. Okay. So let's try to understand this. Okay. Puneet Sharma, my mama, is the leading cybersecurity expert in India right now. If you want, I will make him talk to you. Okay, that is there jobs in cybersecurity in India? There are not. Yes, government is trying to do that, but is there any jobs right now? Then less than 1,000 jobs in India related to cybersecurity, less than 1,000 jobs. And for each of those jobs as well, they ask for 5 years of experience. You guys don't even have 5 months of experience. How will you apply for those jobs? That's the point that I'm trying to make. Don't be idiots. Okay? Don't be idiots. Be smart. You are smarter than this. You have studied for 12 years, then for 4 years in college, and still if you're dumb, then I think so like you need to work upon your IQ rather than knowledge. Okay? Okay, so let's continue right over here. Okay, so let's start with this full stack web development. Okay, FSWD. What does it include? Many of you will think about it as just MERN stack, MERN. There's MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. React you are learning in this bootcamp. In the next bootcamp, that's the backend web development bootcamp, you'll be learning about Node and Express, and then it's just MongoDB that is left. Okay, we are not dealing with MongoDB right now. This is the main stack that you have to work with. Now do not again start asking me, so what about Django, what about this, what about that? 80% of the companies that are there, 80% of the hiring that is currently going on in full stack web development, in front-end development, in back-end development is related to the MERN stack. 80% of the hiring. What is the highest probability of getting placement? Probability 80 divided by 100, that is 0.8. That is greater than any other stack that is existing right now. The increase in probability, increase in the number of jobs, less number of people trying to get into these jobs, you need to increase your chances into getting these jobs. MERN stack is the stack that you should go to because it is the most used stack that is there in the industry right now. Okay, now most of the courses as well that I was able to find. So when I started with DevTown, I tried to make sure that does this exist in the industry. Okay, what I found was, if I ask anybody, any course, any student, any teacher, what do you mean by MERN stack? What do you mean by full stack? Okay, they will just say, MERN stack, you learn MERN stack, that is it. That is not the case. Okay, full stack is not MERN stack. MERN stack is just like you have learned front end and back end, that's it. Okay, you cannot build anything out of it. You are able to build something that you can only showcase to your friends, not a product. Okay, so this is called as front end and back end web development. The next thing that you need to learn is cloud computing. The next thing that you need to learn is cloud computing, and that too in AWS. You need to learn it in AWS only. AWS, nothing less, nothing more. The entire world is currently, all your internet, any internet that you are currently using is working on AWS. It has some spin-offs as well. Google started with its own GCP, okay, Google's cloud platform. Microsoft started with its Azure platform. But all the features that these platforms have, everything already exists in AWS. AWS is the largest. Every company needs it. If you know AWS, it's very easy to shift to GCP. It's very easy to shift to Azure at the end of the day. Okay, so cloud computing you need to learn. Okay, because if you are able to build a website, you are able to build a beautiful front end, you are able to build an amazing back end. How do you provide it to your users? How do you provide it to the users? How are you going to provide it to me so that I'm able to use your product? You need cloud computing for that. Without that, you cannot survive. Okay, and the next particular problem is DevOps. The next particular topic that you need to learn is DevOps right over here. I'll be talking about what are the different topics that you need to learn in these things, but you have to learn DevOps as well. Now, DevOps basically makes sure that, okay, for example, right now, 10,000 people are using your website. Due to some reason, 1 million people started using your website immediately. Your website will crash. Nobody will be able to use your website. It shouldn't be the case. Do you think like if you are using Zomato and like achanak say 10,000, 50 lakh people started ordering food on Zomato, will Zomato's application start crashing? Will it not be able to serve all these people? No, it will always work. That is the beauty of DevOps. It is used for the operations for your entire development area. You need to learn DevOps as well. Any person who is able to complete these 3 topics completely and build just one project, one entire project that includes all these topics, I can guarantee you that any company will provide you placements. Any company will be providing you placements. I can guarantee you that, because now you are not Chintu. You're not a Chintu anymore. What you are is an asset to any company. Just think about it. What would a company prefer? To hire 5 people or 4 people. One is from front end, one is from back end, one is for cloud computing, one is for DevOps. 4 people at 20 lakhs per annum, or just pay one particular person 30 lakhs to build the entire stuff for you. What is better at the end of the day? What is better at the end of the day? Okay, and for those guys who are thinking like in data science or in AI, this is not required. Okay, any field that is remotely associated with IT, okay, information technology, any field, there be AI, data science, data analyst, data engineering, full stack, backend, cybersecurity, any field that is remotely associated with IT, data structures and algorithms and computer programming is still fixed. That is not going anywhere. Okay, the entire hiring process is still fixed. That is not going anywhere. Okay, so do not be smart. You have to do this. MERN stack is not equal to full stack. For example, there are 10,000 jobs. Just taking an example, there are 10,000 jobs that are there in front-end web development, back-end web development, full stack web development. Okay, there are 1 lakh people who know. Okay, so for example, let me just tell you guys this. Okay, for example, right now, There are 10,000 jobs that are available in full stack web development. There are 1 lakh people, 1 lakh people who know MERN stack. There are 1 lakh people that who know MERN stack. What is your probability of getting hired? Very less. Okay. There are just like 20,000 people who know MERN stack as well as cloud computing. Okay. You know, MERN stack as well as cloud computing. There are just 20,000 people like that. But people who know MERN stack, cloud computing and DevOps, there are less than 1,000 people like that. The probability of you getting that job increases through the roof, because you are making sure that bhai kuch bhi ho jaye, anything happens, I'm the one who is going to get the placement. That is the kind of person that you have to become. Only then you will be able to negotiate whether you want to get a job that paying you like 3 lakhs or 6 lakhs per annum, or a job that is able to pay you that amount per month. That is the kind of hard work that you have to put. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. So I'm not frustrated because I have to speak a bit louder. Otherwise, if I'm speaking like softly, my voice is not coming out from my mouth. Okay, that's the reason why I have to speak a bit louder today, so that something is coming up. You guys are able to at least listen to me. Okay. See, my job is to show you a mirror. Okay, okay, this is a fucking mirror, and look at it. Okay, you know where you stand. This is what you want to become. Just look at it and start preparing for the same. Okay. Second thing, no fucking company cares whether you have 80% in your 12th standard, 10% in your 12th standard, or you failed in your 12th standard. Nobody cares about that. These companies don't even care about your CGPA. Okay, if you have a CGPA greater than 7, it's good. You don't have to worry about anything. If you have less CGPA, start working upon your skill sets. Start making sure that these companies do not have to look at your CGPA. They can look at your skill sets. They know that you are hardworking, you are knowledgeable. That's it. They need to focus upon that. But anything above 7 GPA is out of 10 is good. Okay. MERN stack means your MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. In this bootcamp, you learn the basics of React. There's a lot more to React itself. Okay, in the next bootcamp, you will be learning about the basics of Node and Express, that is E and N. MongoDB, maybe in the future bootcamp someday we will have MongoDB as well. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the topics that you need to learn at the end of the day. So you can download this. So my suggestion to you guys would be, you can go to our website, go to full stack, download the syllabus, take a printout out, paste it on your wall. Okay, take the printout out, paste it on your wall, build a good timetable and start working according to the same itself. Okay. Data structures and algorithms, start with introduction to programming in C++ or Java, whatever you are comfortable with. Mathematics and bit manipulation, recursion, arrays, searching, sorting, hashing. As you're able to see, there are many number of topics right over here. You have to do it. Okay, you have to do it. Okay. The next thing that is there is in web development, start with the fundamentals. Okay, web protocols, HTTP, HTTPS, HTML, Git, CSS, GitHub, version control, responsive designs. Okay, responsive designs with CSS, grid and box layout, Tailwind CSS, Bootstrap CSS, JavaScript ES6. This is called as the basics of web development. It's called as a baby, what we refer to as newbie or fresher. If you don't know this as well, you know where you stand. Okay, this is something that we refer to as in our language as newbie or fresher itself. Okay, after that you need to start learning React.js. Okay, yeah, we are getting started with React component lifecycle methods, React functional components. So we are going to learn in this bootcamp up till here. Okay, React functional components. After that, there are topics like Webpack, using third-party components, styling in React, routing in React, React hooks, state management in React with Redux, connecting to the backend. These are all the topics that you have to do. Okay. In backend, you need to focus upon Node.js, Express, microservice architecture with Node.js and Express, integrating MongoDB, validating and error handling, okay, building RESTful APIs, authentication and security of your backend project that you have worked upon. After that, you need to work upon your DevOps skills, Docker and containers. So building and manipulating single and multiple containers with Docker, Docker Volume and Docker Compose, containerizing an application with Docker, securing with Sync, automating with CI/CD, CI/CD service setup, writing CI/CD scripts, automating deploying and testing with CI/CD. After that, you need to work upon your Kubernetes as well. And all this, you are not able to do it on your local laptop. You have to do it on a platform that is AWS. AWS is the platform that you will be doing it upon. So your DevOps and your cloud computing goes hand in hand. Okay, DevOps and your cloud computing goes hand in hand. Getting certificates with is more important, or getting skills is important. Please tell sir, I'm confused with those. See, Ramanuthi, certificates is a validation that you know these skills. In an interview, when you have certificates listed out on your like on your resume, these guys, the interviewers, will start asking you questions related to those topics. For example, you have a certificate of React.js, you have a certificate that you have done a training and internship in full stack web development, for example. So these guys will then be asking you questions on that. If you are able to answer those questions, that is, you have the certificate and the right skill set associated with it, then only like you have the highest probability of getting selected, because you have a validation as a certificate as well as the right knowledge to answer the questions of the interviewer. But if you have a certificate on your resume and you don't have the right knowledge associated with it, you're not able to answer the questions of the interviewer, that interview will be ended right over there. They will say, okay, sorry, you don't know shit, you have lied into your resume, can please leave. Okay, we are not interested in hiring you anymore. So you have to be very sure of what you're putting up on your resume, guys. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Okay, see, I know what I said. Take a printout of this entire syllabus, stick it to your maybe your study table, maybe your wall, maybe keep it with you. Make sure that you are able to do all these different stuff. Tick it one by one, that okay, I've completed this, I've completed this, I've completed this. If you're doing it on your own, it will take you 1 to 2 years, okay, because without guidance it is a bit difficult to be focused at all times, because I understand that. But take a print, okay, take a pledge that every single day for 2 hours I will do this and nothing else. 2 hours, fix your time, whether it is a earthquake or whether anything is happening, you are able to do that. Okay, please try to make sure of it. Now, for those who need somebody to guide them, okay, that is the reason why I'm telling you this. Like, you can do it on your own. There's no need to get into any program or anything like that. But still, if you feel that no, for example, for me, when I was in college, I knew that I'm not capable of doing it on my own. Although I had my brothers and sisters who were able to help me out. That's the reason why I'm here. Okay, so I know that I needed somebody who was able to guide me through the entire process, who was able to teach me all these kind of stuff. For that reason, we have the training and internship programs that we have. So, for example, for the full stack web development, it's a 3 to 3.5 months program that we have of 2 hours of live classes on Zoom every single day. Every single day, 5 days a week for 3.5 months. We have 2 hours of live classes on Zoom with instructors. So these are the instructors. I'm myself one of the instructors. We have instructors from Google, Amazon. We have instructors from McKinsey and Company, Morgan Stanley, American Express, Sony, Goldman Sachs, HP, Porsche, Oracle, Cisco. These are the guys who will be teaching you every single day live on Zoom. All the topics that I've mentioned right now, every single thing. The project that you will be working upon will be the Zomato clone, the Zomato application that you are currently using. You will be building the front end of it in React, the back end in MongoDB, Node.js, Express. You will be deploying it on AWS. You will be orchestrating it using Kubernetes. You'll be setting up CI/CD pipelining. You'll build an entire product that you can sell it off as a freelancer as well. So that is what you will be doing. And at the end, of course, we have our partnership with 36 different companies. Along with that, if you are doing well into the program, the instructors will provide you with referrals from these companies for your job opportunities as well. So we have our own placement cell that we have the entire thing. So like I said, we are not just going to prepare you for an exam or just train you. We are going to prepare you for your interviews, your speaking skills. We are going to prepare you for your data structures and algorithms, computer programming, full stack. You have the option. You can choose between C++ or Java, but you can learn in both of them as well. Like, it is up to you. We'll be teaching both of you to you guys. There are 15 plus projects that you will be working upon, and we understand that you need to submit a internship certificate in your college as well. So we provide you guys with the certification, that is the internship completion certification, the letter of recommendation, the training certification. After every class, after 2 hours of live classes, you also have 2 hours of doubt support as well. So if you want, you guys can approach the instructor, you can ask your doubts live to the instructors, and that is how we basically have the entire thing. Okay, so this takes up 3.5 months. Okay, this takes up 3.5 months. After that, we start out with our placement process, where companies will be allotted to you. You will have to give the interviews, the exams, and everything. We'll help you guys with the same as well. That is something like we have to do it, because we need to make sure that you guys are getting placements. See, for me, money is not the matter. Okay, I don't want money. I have a lot of money that I have. I don't care about it. What I care about is you guys need to get placed, because my relationship with these companies is very important for me. If I'm getting a 30 student in my class, I will remove him. I'll give his money back. I don't want him in the class. I only want those students in the class who are really interested for it, who are ready that, okay, sir, next 3.5 months, I won't eat, I won't sleep, I won't drink. I would just dedicate my entire life to this, because getting into Google is not easy. It is hard. It is something that you have to work for. This month, Google has asked for 15 students from us, and we are planning to provide 30 to them. So I need that kind of people itself. You don't have to worry about time management and everything. That is everything that we will be handling. All our classes is after 7 o'clock in the evening, because these people are working in the industry. These guys are working in the morning. They cannot take up the classes in the morning. These guys have the classes. The classes will be in the evening itself after 7. So you don't have to worry about it. Time management, you're not able to manage your time. There's a lot of problem. Everything is something that we will be handling. But we only require those students who are able to give us their entire 3.5 months. Nothing less, nothing more. The same program, if you are taking up from any place else, they will be charging you approximately 2.5 lakh rupees. But as I said, we are a non-profit platform. The only fees that we charge is the fees that is for the instructor, because somebody from Google isn't going to come here for 3.5 months and teach you for free. Every batch has only 60 students, so that the instructor is able to pay a lot more attention on each of these students itself. So the only fees that we charge is for the instructor, as well as the GST on top of it. The total cost is 7,500 rupees right now. Usually if you go on our website, it will show you 10,000 rupees, because we don't want people to join into the program. We don't want any, because these guys don't understand the kind of pressure that they will be when they will be into this program. That's the reason why on our website we mentioned 10,000 rupees. Nobody is going to pay that. So we just like, "Arey, koi nahi aane wala wahan se." But the cost of the program is 7,500 rupees, and that too, you are not going to get the link to make the payment. Okay, that too we are not going to provide it to you guys. First, we'll talk to you. We'll figure out whether you are a good fit for the program or not. We'll try to understand that, okay, so you guys are a good fit for the program. Okay, this is something that you guys are interested in. Are you ready to put in your hard work? If we feel that you are ready to put in your hard work, only then you are going to make the payment. Otherwise not. Otherwise, we are not going to take you in. Of course, you don't have to pay the entire 7,500 rupees for the entire program. That it's not per month. It's for the entire program, entire 3.5 months. The cost is 7.5K. Okay, and that too, you don't have to pay it at once. To book your seat, the cost is 1,000 rupees. To just book your seat. If you want to make sure that your seat is not going anywhere else, the cost is 1,000 rupees. The entire cost of the program, entire cost including everything, is 7.5K. That is the cost. But one of the batches is going to start in 2 to 3 days. Okay, in 2 to 3 days, one of the batches is going to start. The next batch is going to start from the 15th of September. So these are the only 2 batches that we are having right now. The next batch that is going to start in 2 to 3 days, we only have 10 seats in that batch. And for the 15th of September batch, we have like 25 or 30 seats right over there. Okay, I want to understand how many of you guys are interested in this, because if there are a lot many number of people than 35, then we will have to create a new entire batch itself. So for those who are interested into the program, can you let me know in the live chat? Because if it is more than 35, then I will have to create an entire new batch for them. Along with that, one more thing that I want you guys to understand is, once you have enrolled into a program, for example, you have joined the full stack web development program, we provide you guys the data analyst, that is the data scientist program, and the cybersecurity program for free. The class recordings, the entire recordings, we provide it to you for free. We don't charge anything inside of it. Okay, because we are not here to make money. We're here to make sure that you are set for life. At any point of time, maybe you want to learn cybersecurity, you don't have to pay anything to anyone. An entire recordings via a particular person from Google has been made for you guys for cybersecurity, for data structures and for data science. The recording that has been made is by a particular person from HP and Porsche and me as well. So you'll get the class recordings for that, for the entire thing. Along with that, all the classes that you will be attending on Zoom, the recordings will be provided to you with a lifetime access for that. You don't even have to worry about it. Okay. The cost of the program is 7,500 rupees for the entire program, and to register your seat it is just 1,000 rupees, because we understand we are able to understand you are also students, we were also students, nobody has that amount of money, neither me, so how can I expect you guys? Okay, so that is the reason why we have made sure that if you guys are interested, you can get into it as well. Okay. Okay, so let me just tell you guys, for those who are interested into the program, let me provide you guys with the link for the same as well. Give me a second, guys. For those guys who are interested into the program, they can message me directly on my WhatsApp number. Either me or somebody from my team would be coming right over there and helping you guys out with the same. Okay, that is what we have decided as of this particular point of time. Okay, so for those who are interested to take part into the training and internship program, this is my team's number. Either if I am free, then I will be handling your questions and queries. If not, then somebody from my team will be handling that. I've already pinned the link on the top of it, and yeah, and that would be it. Okay, so if you guys want, you can definitely register for the same. And yes, if you are in your first year, second year, third year, fourth year, don't worry about it. Okay, you just start immediately. Do not wait, because see, if you are waiting, you will lose the entire willpower that you have developed in these past few days. You have to make sure that fire is kept on live. Okay, and the only prerequisite for joining the program is you should be able to understand English. For any of our programs, that is the same. Even for our training and internship programs, if you are able to understand English, that is more than sufficient. Everything else from the scratch, from the language and everything, will be taught into the class itself. Okay, so do not worry about it. I've already put on the link in the live chat. I've already pinned the link. You can connect right over there, and I will help you guys out with the same. Okay, so I have to take up one more boot camps. I will be leaving right now. I'm already late for that. So thank you so much, guys. And those who want to approach us, you can approach us on the WhatsApp number, and we will help you guys out. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.